Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
As we're back here at the Lisbon High School Gymnasium for North Dakota High School Girls Volleyball, as we have a Division 1A matchup between the Lisbon Broncos and the Wahpeton Huskies. The Lisbon Broncos currently sitting at 1-5 in the region. The Wahpeton Huskies are 0-5. The Broncos coming off the most recent game against the Oak Grove Grovers on the 7th of October. They lost that contest 3-0 to the Grovers. And Wahpeton coming off a loss to Central Cass also on the 7th of October. Both teams were active over the weekend at the Lisbon Enderlin Tournament. So they're coming off some tournament action, and then both suffering losses on the 7th of October. Wahpeton looking for their first region win against the Broncos. The Broncos trying to make it or go 2-0 during the regular season against the Wahpeton Huskies in Region 1 play. So that's just ahead on yourliveevent.com. We're going to step away, take a word from our sponsors, come back here for a little bit more of our pre-match show on Your Live Event.
Fall is here, and that means harvest will ramp up quickly. How did your planter do this spring? Did you have the correct down pressure? Was your singulation spot on? Did you need row cleaners or a better closing system? This is Chris from Agassiz Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer, and we are here to help. Discounts, 0% financing, and $50 per row rebates on most all systems will give you the tools to improve your planter pass. Give us a call at 701-636-2119 or visit planterdoc.com. Have a safe and profitable harvest.
What if we said a bank isn't a place to lock up money? It's a place to set it free. What if the point of banking wasn't to bank at all, but to put your ideas to work? What if your bank asked, what if a little more? Well, what if we told you we do? We're American Bank and Trust, where what if meets why not? If you're ready to change what you get out of banking, start a relationship with us. What if you made the move today?
All right, welcome back, everybody. This is yourliveevent.com. We're live here from Lisbon High School Gymnasium for Division 1A High School Girls Volleyball in the state of North Dakota. Looking at the Lisbon Broncos with that 1-5 overall region record, and the Wahpeton Huskies sitting at 0-5 in the region. Broncos opened up their season on the 2nd of September against the Oaks Tornadoes, dropping that in a close one, 2-3 to the Tornadoes. And their most recent action was on the 7th of October. And that was against the Oak Grove Grovers, losing that by a score of 3-0 to the Northern Cass Jaguars. And then for the Wahpeton Huskies, they opened their season on the 9th of September, taking on the Central Cass Squirrels, dropped that one by a score of 3-0 to the Squirrels. And then their most recent action was against Central Cass again on the 7th of October, dropping that second meeting by a score of 3-0 to the Central Cass Squirrels. And looking ahead for the Broncos are in action again this weekend, along with Wahpeton. Both teams in action, along with a number of other high school volleyball teams at the Carrington Tournament on the 11th of October. Then the Broncos back into regular Region 1 play on the 21st of October, where they'll travel to Kinder to take on the Vikings. And then after this weekend at the Carrington Tournament, Wahpeton will face Valley City at home on the 14th of October. Looking at the Division A volleyball poll, that's still unchanged from a couple of weeks ago. The release a couple of weeks ago, Thompson still on top of the Division 1A poll, followed by number 2 South Prairie Max, number 3 Valley City, number 4 Kindred, number 5 Carrington, tied with Oak Grove. So looking at Division 1A, number of teams in the poll in Division 1 or Division A Region 1. Other teams receiving votes in that first poll was Dickinson Trinity, Mayport CG, and Northern Cass. In that Division V, Class B girls volleyball poll, number 1 team in the state was Linton HMB. Number 2, the defending state champions, Langdon Area Munich of Division B. Number 3 is Flash, and number 4, Benson County. Number 5 was Richland. And a number of other teams receiving votes were Trenton, Southhart, LG Colm, Montpelier, Surrey, New Rockford, Cheyenne, Medina, Pingree, Buchanan, Kenmare, Bull Bells, and RE Deermers. The last 2 state tournaments of Division B, 2023, it was won by Northern Cass Jaguars, but he defeated Mayport CG Patriots by a score of 3-1 for the state championship in 2023. And then last year it was Langdon Area Munich in the state championship, Class B championship, defeating South Prairie Max by a score of 3-1. And looking at some of your area in Region 1A contests, out of Region 1, we have number 3A, Valley City is at Central Cass. Number 5, Oak Grove is at Fargo South. That is actually on the 10th of October, so they'll play that match tomorrow. Also this evening, we have number 4, Kindred is at Northern Cass. Number 2, South Prairie Max is at Botno. Number 1, Thompson and number 5, Kindred are both idle this evening in Division A girls volleyball. Division B girls volleyball teams in action, and top 5 teams in action in the state. We have number 2, Langdon Area Munich is at North Prairie. Enderlin's at Tri-State. Number 5, the Richland Colts are at Wyndmere Lidgerwood. Medina Pingree takes on Edgeley Commonwealth Pelier. Sargent County's at Oaks. Napoleon's at Kidder County. South Border's at Ellendale. And the number 1, Lytton HMB Lions are at Lemoore Litchfield Marion. That should be a good contest between the Lions and the Lobos. Lemoore, always a tough volleyball team and not currently ranked. They're taking on the number 1 team in the state, Linton HMB, this evening. As we get ready to wrap things up, we're about 2 minutes away from our starting lineups and our opening serve here inside the Lisbon High School Gymnasium. We'll step away, take another word from our sponsor. You're watching YourLiveEvent.com.
Harvest will ramp up quickly. How did your planter do this spring? Did you have the correct down pressure? Was your singulation spot on? Did you need row cleaners or a better closing system? This is Chris from Agassiz Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer, and we are here to help. Discounts, 0% financing, and $50 per row rebates on most all systems will give you the tools to improve your planter pass. Give us a call at 701-636-2119 or visit planterdoc.com. Have a safe and profitable harvest.
What if we said a bank isn't a place to lock up money? It's a place to set it free. What if the point of banking wasn't to bank at all, but to put your ideas to work? What if your bank asked, what if a little more? Well, what if we told you we do? We're American Bank and Trust, where what if meets why not? If you're ready to change what you get out of banking, start a relationship with us. What if you made the move today?
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting, with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
Hey, welcome back. This is YourLiveEvent.com as we're back here for our pregame as we have the Lisbon Broncos taking on the Wahpeton Huskies. And the Broncos currently sitting at 1-5 in the region. The Wahpeton Huskies are at 0-5 in region play. Broncos won the first meeting between these two teams. That was back on the 11th of September. The Broncos won that by a score of 3-0. We're just moments away from our national anthem and our starting lineups and opening serve. We'll step away for another 30-second timeout.
When you choose Farmers Union Insurance, you're backed by an insurance policy provider that meets your specific requirements. At Farmers Union Insurance Gullison Olson Agency, they offer reliable insurance policies from homeowners, farm and ranch, contractors, small businesses, and more. Let Lance, Shelby, and the staff at Gullison Olson Agency take care of you today. For more information, stop into their office on Main Street in Lisbon for Farmers Union Insurance Gullison Olson Agency. Hey Lisbon, it's time to rally behind our favorite team. The Lisbon Bronco Athletic Boosters are sending all our best wishes to the Broncos as they hit the court and field this season. The Lisbon Bronco Athletic Boosters are proud to support our teams and community. Let's show our Broncos that we're with them every step of the way. Go Broncos! Your dedication and spirit makes us all proud. From all of us at the Lisbon Bronco Athletic Boosters, we're cheering for you.
The Lisbon Public School District ensures that all students will learn, experience success, and be good students from elementary through high school. The school staff and community takes great pride in providing meaningful, innovative opportunities for students who continue to maintain ACT scores above state and national averages. Watch your kids continue to grow within the Lisbon Public School District, from the playing surface to the classroom. For more information, go online to lisbon.k12.nd.us.
Hey, welcome back here to Lisbon High School Gymnasium, as we have Division 1A girls volleyball. The 1-5 Lisbon Broncos in Region 1 take on the 0-5 Wahpeton Huskies. The Broncos, as I said previously, won this first meeting between the two teams back on the 11th of September by a score of 3-0. As we get into our starting lineups here for the visitors on the scoreboard, the Wahpeton Huskies, I should say, on our Bank North scoreboard, we have the Wahpeton Huskies. And starting in the libero position, it's 5'3" junior, number 1, Elise Scovolt. Defensive specialist, 5'3" sophomore, number 2, Maya James. Setter, 5'3" sophomore, number 3, Taylor Moak. Middle hitter, 5'4" junior, number 4, Kiana Nelson. Middle hitter, 5'9" junior, number 7, Marina Hermosillo. Outside hitter, 5'9" freshman, number 9, McCullough Little. And outside hitter, 5'8" junior, number 10, Camry Malk. And the Wahpeton Huskies, coached by Mika James, assisted by Tiffany Bacher and Ashley Burnt. And the Lisbon Broncos, the home team on that Bank North scoreboard. We have setter, freshman, number 2, Mara Nelson. Outside hitter, junior, number 3, Bryn Wilsey. Middle hitter, senior, number 7, Emerson Schwab. Defensive special, senior, number 8, Aubrey Opp. Middle hitter, junior, number 10, Cameron Hoff. Outside hitter, freshman, number 12, Emily Waletsko. And libero, junior, number 19, Brinley Differding. The Broncos, coached by Amy Lyons, assisted by Elizabeth Lyons and Kara Tui. So that is your starting lineup here for the Lisbon Broncos, as they will be the home team on that Bank North scoreboard. The Bank North scoreboard is one of our feature sponsors, sponsoring that scoreboard all season long here for your live event. So we'd just like to thank Bank North for the continued sponsorship of the Bank North scoreboard. For Bank North, it's your trusted financial partner for generations, helping customers and communities build, grow, and prosper. To see what values-based banking can do for you, visit banknorth.bank today. Bank North, member FDIC, and equal housing lender. The scoreboard for the fall season brought to you by Bank North. As the Huskies and the Broncos get ready to hit that opening serve, we'll step away for another 30-second timeout.
While medicine's greatest advancements look like the latest sci-fi, one of our most powerful tools is far more simple, more human. It's a calling to connect with purpose. That's how we're evolving healthcare, by treating people, not just patients, with innovations that amplify healing and lead to more personalized care. Guided by the belief we all hold the power to heal.
At Bank North, we strive to enrich the lives of everyone we serve. One transaction, one relationship, and one community at a time. We do it by supporting kids and schools, pitching in to help neighbors in need, partnering with rural businesses, and providing all the traditional and modern banking products and personalized lending services you expect from a...
All right, welcome back here at Lisbon High School Gymnasium. Opening serve by the Broncos. That was Nelson with the serve, going up with the attack at the net, in for the kill. That was Cambry Moak, the 5'8" junior outside hitter. So Moak right away on the attack with the kill for the Wahpeton Huskies. Huskies with the serve. And a little bit too long there on the serve. That was Mock again, Cambry Mock. 5'8" outside hitter junior wearing the number 10 jersey. So we're all tied up at 1 apiece. And that set number should update. Hopefully that second set will update. Sometimes that thing gets a little squirrely on us. And that's a serve too long. So a couple service errors by each team, or service error by each team. That one was on the Broncos. And another service error. That one's also long, so just trading serves back and forth. We're tied up at 2 apiece. There's Hoff with the serve, jump serve, put down back to the front line. And that's tapped over the net by Scovolt. Back to the front line of the Broncos. Wilsey goes up, that's blocked. So blocked by Maya James. So James with the block. And the serve by the Huskies. And that's in the net, another service there. So that one was by Kiana Nelson. So Nelson subs out. And that'll bring in number 8, Maddie Learkamp, the 5'7" senior defensive specialist. Here's Adair for the Broncos with the serve. That's dug out by Mock. Back to front line. Mock with the attack, sends it over the net to Differding for the Broncos. Adair sets it front line to Lind. Lind with the attack, and we have a kill for Lind. So Poppy Lind with the kill from the opposite side, far side over there by the top net judge over there. So Adair to serve again. And that's dug out by the Huskies. Back to the front line. The attack put over the net. That looked like that was by Little. Trying to see what the jersey number is. The ponytail's hiding the hair in the back. And back to the front line. The attack goes again. Pretty sure that's Little in the front line. And put over by Adair. Nice play at the net by Adair. Little goes up with the attack and put over the Broncos, and that's wide by Nelson. So a point going to the Huskies. We're tied up at 4 apiece. Back and forth battle. Traded a couple service errors. A little bit too long. Couple in the net. And then a jump serve. And that's over there by Maya James. Set here far side by Nelson with the attack. That's dug out by Scovolt. Attack at the net by the Huskies. Couple of players get tangled up there. That was Taylor Mock and Michaela Little getting tangled up over on the far side. A point going to the Broncos, and the Broncos up by 1, 5-4. Aubrey Opp comes in to serve for Lisbon. Opp getting the start, defensive specialist, wearing the number 8 jersey as a senior. Front line, put the back to the far side. Big attack at the net for Little. So Michaela Little, the freshman, 5'9" freshman outside hitter, with the kill. And now the serve. And dug out by Scovolt for the Huskies. Back to the net, going up. That's Mock, and a kill for Mock. That's Camry Mock here on the near side. Wearing the 10 jersey, so give her 2 for the set. Broncos, or excuse me, she was in the net, so you have to take that one away. Still in the Grinch here, taking one away from Mock on the front line. Served by the Broncos. Middle of the net, the attack, and that's too long by the 5'9" junior middle hitter, Marina Hermosillo. So a point for the Broncos. There's Differding to serve again. Back to the front line. Here's Malk near side, taps it over, and finds the spot, but the Broncos into the net and the point. So Broncos up by 1, 7-6. Service over to the Huskies. And that serve put down here, back to the front line of the Broncos. Hoff goes up, pushes it far corner, and diving and not getting to it was Elise Scovold of the Huskies. So Hoff with the kill. Into the two-handed touch for Hoff. And here's Nelson to serve. Nelson jump serves. Sends it over to Scovold. Back to the front line here. Cannon Nelson. Nelson gets it over. Front line of the Broncos. Differding goes up with the attack. Sends it back line of the Huskies. Back to the front near side. Moak goes up. Sends it over the net on the attack. Back to the front line of the Broncos. Dug backwards. Little backwards dig by Hoff. Back to the front line. The attack pushed over. Dug out by Differding of the Broncos. Here to Wilsey. Wilsey with the soft touch. And the kill for Wilsey of the Broncos. 9-6 your score. Broncos up by 3. So Opp and Lind swapping out. Lind back to the front line. Looks like she's on the near side. Ooh, she figures out where she's supposed to be. Goes over to the far corner. Nelson with the jump serve. Sends it back over to Scovolt. Back to the front line. Tapping it over. Good play, but got too deep into the net. Well, that was Hermosillo again, 5'9" junior middle hitter. So point going to the Broncos on the air. Just a little hitting air, just got a little bit too deep into the net. And there's Nelson again with the serve, back to the front line of the Huskies. Going up, Hermosillo with the attack in the kill. Finally gets one down off the block of the Broncos, not able to put it back across the net. So the Huskies back to serve. And the Huskies like to serve over here on this left side, and that's Moak. A little bit too long. So the serve is long. The Broncos with the 4-point lead, now up 11-7. Another service error by the Huskies. And here goes Wertman with the serve. Big jump serve for Wertman. Starts at the back wall, puts it over here to the front line of the Huskies. Tapped over by Nelson. Wilsey with the attack for the Broncos. Sends it long. Across the back line. And a point for the Husky on the hitting air by Wilsey here on the near side. So Hermosillo with the serve for Wahpeton. Back to the front line. Differding goes up on the attack, blocked. And that was blocked by Michaela Little. So I'll give her the block on that for Little. She has a kill in the block, served by the Huskies. And that's an ace for Hermosillo on the serve. A little funky celebration going on out there. He hits another one across the net. Goes to Differding. Differding is able to get it in the air. Off of Wertman, crossed by Wilsey. Here's front line on the attack. Little layup was Maya James, put it over the net. Wilsey on the attack for the Broncos. Good dig by Hermosillo to keep it in play. Gets it back over to the Broncos side. Lynn's going to go. Sends it to Hermosillo, center of the court, back line. Here to the near side, the attack put up by Nelson. Differding with the dig to Wertman. Wertman sends it long again. Has to recalibrate. Sending them long there so far for Wertman on the attack and the point. Now we're tied up at 11. And that's the serve by Hermosillo again. Going up is Wilsey. The attack by the Huskies. Wertman able to get a hand on it, but sends it a little bit too far. Nelson not able to get it up in the air. Now 12-11 in favor of the Huskies. Huskies with the lead, 1-point lead. Hermosillo to serve again. She sends it long. Good play by Wertman on the back line. Ducks under it, ties it up on another service error. So we're tied up. Hoff in to serve. And that's dug out by Scoville. Here to the near side. Little sideways dig by James. Back to the Broncos side. Nelson sets it for Schwab. Goes up on the attack. Dug out by Mock. Nice dig by Mock. Diving save. And the attack by James. Now to Wilsey of the Broncos. Goes up in the attack and not able to handle it. The Huskies and the kill for Wilsey. Then the Broncos. She has two of them. The Broncos now with the 1-point lead. Up 13-12. Hoff to serve again. And looks like there's a whistle. Nope. Hoff with the jump serve, sends it to the back line, and that was Scoville with the dig. And Malk goes up on the attack for the Huskies. Back to the front line here. The Broncos, Schwab has to bump it over. Mock sends it to the front line, set here at the net. And the block and going down on the Broncos side, hitting the floor. So that was Little with the attack and the kill for Little of the Huskies. The Broncos have the block here with Schwab, but it fell on the Broncos side, not able to get it back up in the air. The serve by the Huskies, dug out by Lynn, pushed it over by Schwab of the Broncos, back to the front line. Nice little play at the net by the Huskies. Differding's going to dig it out. Lynn sends it over the net for the Broncos. Back to the front line here to the near side. That's James on the attack and sends it long, but they're looking for fingertips. And not off the fingers. We'll see what the call was. So the Broncos think it was long. The Huskies are looking for fingertips. And the point goes to the Broncos now, 14-13. So it's 14-13 in favor of the Broncos with the serve. And now we're tied up at 14 apiece. So back and forth. Jump serve sends it long by the Huskies. And that was James. So James with the service error sends it long. Got Opp coming back in to serve. Looks like Differding, Adair, and Opp in the back line, front line for the Broncos. Nelson, Schwab. I think they got a new number out there for the Broncos. Number 12. So don't have her on my roster. I'm going to have to update that. And that was the attack and the kill for Mock. Mock now with 2. So Camry Mock, the 5'8 junior, has 2 kills for the Huskies. And now set here back to the Broncos side, and they go up. That's Schwab and Nelson. Give Schwab and Nelson the kill for the Broncos. Up by 1, 16-15. Hoff back in for Lisbon. Differding to serve. Starting off with the jump serve. Dug out and not able to save it for the Huskies. So that was Maddie Learcamp. So Learcamp not able to save it. So that's an ace for Differding. Put over there, Differding gets it back up in the air. Here's Adair to Nelson, the block by the Huskies. Over here, that's Marina Hermosillo, the 5'9 junior, with the kill. She has a kill, an ace, and a kill. Differding with an ace for the Broncos. There's a serve by the Huskies. Here's Adair. Set it over to the Broncos front line. Now Mock goes up. Opp digs it out. Back to Adair, front line of the Broncos, going up with the attack. And that's dug out by Scobolt. In the kill, going in the front line for Hermosillo again. So give her 3 kills and an ace for the 5'9 junior middle hitter. And that serve too long. And another service error. We're tied up. Or excuse me, now 18-17 here in the first set of the evening. Back and forth battle. The Broncos won this set, or won this matchup, first meeting of the year, back on the 11th of September by a score of 3-0. And Mock goes up, little layup over the net, dug out here by Nilsson. The scrambled Broncos not able to get it. Mock with the ace, or excuse me, with the kill. So Cambry Mock, 5'8 junior outside hitter. And the jump serve, Mock to serve it, sends it into the net. Tied up at 18. Subs in and out for the Broncos. Lyndon Wortman back in. Wortman to serve. Broncos with the 1-point lead, up 19-18. Wortman with the jump serve, sends it to Mock. Far corner, back to the front line, little layup put over the net. Nice play at the net by Kiana Nelson, a 5'4 junior middle hitter. Give her the kill, her first one of the set and the match. And we're still tied up at 19 service. And that one sent wide. Looked like James on the serve. They might have had that wrong. Might have been Hermosillo on the serve. Here's Hoff to serve. Hoff serves it up, jump serve, sends it to Malk. Back to the front line of the Huskies. Going up is Little with the attack, far corner. Not able to get it as Wortman. Little with the kill for the Huskies. She has 3 kills and a block. Well, balanced attack here for the Wahpeton Huskies. They have Hermosillo with 3 kills and an ace, Little with 3 kills and a block, and Malk with 3 kills. And the jump serve sends it to Wortman of the Broncos. Back to the front line. Wilsey goes up. Little soft up, sends it to Mock. Push to the back line by the Huskies. Wilsey goes up again. The attack this time with some power. And that's a kill. At least Scobolt couldn't get to it. So the kill for Wilsey. And still no timeouts in this one. We're 21-20 in favor of the Broncos. Back and forth battle. So Adair with the serve. Sends it to Mock here near side. Back to the front line. Middle of the net, the attack, and find an inside near corner. That was Mock, so that was Taylor Mock with the kill. So Taylor Mock with the kill. Serve, now we're tied up at 21. Adair near side, sent it to Nelson. Nelson just has to two-hand it over. Skolbolt gets it back into play, put over the net by the Huskies. Back to the front line. Adair's going to set it for Schwab. Schwab two-handed. Catches Wahpeton sleeping a little bit. Learcamp couldn't get to it. And now the Broncos with the 22-21 lead, so Schwab with the kill. Learcamp not able to get underneath and get the dig to put that ball in the air. Broncos have the 1-point lead up 22-21. Served by Up, sends it to Mock here near side. Back here near side in the attack and the block by Nelson of the Broncos. So give Nelson the block, her first one of the set in the match. Broncos grab the 2-point lead. So the Broncos with the 2-point lead, and we have a timeout on the floor, so we will have to take our own timeout up here on our Bank North scoreboard. The Broncos lead 23-21 in our first set of the evening.
Partner, Bank North, always true.
Catch all the action of the fall postseason for Minnesota and North Dakota high school football and volleyball on yourliveevent.com.
Going down the field, it's picked off here from Kindred. Tanning Johnson to the 30, to the 25. Johnson, could he go? Yes, sir! A 45-yard pick six for
Takes it up, played high in the air by Horkin. Here's risky left side off of a touch. Kept alive Thornton. Now played high. Angle, Severson, smash! Count, good!
Check out the postseason schedule on yourliveevent.com.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Back here for more Division 1A high school girls volleyball inside Lisbon High School Gymnasium. We're up here in our Stock Growers Bank broadcast booth. Stock Growers Bank, a small town bank, big-time partner with Stock Growers mobile app. Experience banking at your fingertips anytime, anywhere. Bank near so you can go far with Stock Growers, member FDIC and equal housing lender. And that's an ace. Or excuse me, that's Opp sends it long. So Opp ended up, after the timeout, sending that long, and point goes to the Huskies, now down by 1. And Schwab with the attack, and looks like Schwab was into the net. Yeah. So seeing who it was, looked like 7. Looks like Hermosillo whistled with an infraction. So Broncos now with the 1 point away from taking the set, differing with the serve. That's dug out by Skolbolt. Back to the front line of the Huskies, and Hermosillo here with the kill, keeping the Huskies in this one down by 1 point. Here's the serve. And put over the net, Mock with the attack. Huskies keep it alive. Skolbolt hits it over. Then Differding digs it out for the Broncos. The attack by the Lisbon, and that's long, and we're tied up at 24. Just remember, you have to win by 2 points now. We're tied up at 24. So tied up at 24 off the serve, and that's an ace. As Opp not able to handle it. And we do have another timeout, and that ace going to Mock. Taylor Mock, the 5'3" sophomore. So give her the ace coming up clutch for the Huskies as we will step away for another 30-second timeout.
Business is tough, but your accounting doesn't have to be. Let Olson Accounting check all the boxes. From taxes, payroll, business services, and professionalized financial guidance, all tailored to fit your requests. Whether you're a small business owner or just need help at tax time, trust Olson Accounting for professional, reliable service every time. Visit colsoncpa.com or call 701-683-2700. Olson Accounting of Lisbon.
All right, welcome back. As the Broncos with the timeout, Wahpeton grabs the 1 point lead. They're just one away, and they have the serve. They're just 1 point away from taking this set. So big set of serves coming up here for both teams, and that's dug out, put over the net by Adair with the backwards dig. Front line, pushed over the net, front line of the Broncos. Adair sets it to Hoff on the attack, and the kill for Hoff. Give her 2 for the set. That was off of James here in the near side, so the Broncos needed that. Now tied up at 25 with Nelson coming in to serve. The freshman here, Nelson. Freshman setter, jump serve, sends it over. Oh, a nice play, kept alive by the Huskies. Put over here to the Broncos. Scobolt digs it out, sends it to the front line. Big point here for Mock, goes up on the attack off the Broncos. Dig by Opp, keeping it up, and the Huskies are in the net. So 7 called within another infraction. Broncos with the lead. Opp with the big one-handed dig, saving that for the Broncos, and they end up with the point. And they're up now by 1, 26-25 for another timeout inside the high school gymnasium. Pandemonium setting in across the far side of the gym inside that student section.
Buying and selling heavy equipment at purplewave.com saves time and money. We handle all of the details, including pictures, videos, marketing, titles, and payments.
It was almost immediately over the top with the customer service. I've just never ever experienced that before with any other auction service. They're constantly working for me as the seller, and I really like that.
Purple Wave Auction is straight, simple, sold.
All right, welcome back here. After a nice play by Aubrey Opp with the one-handed dig, saving the ball, getting it back up in the air. The Broncos grab the lead now, 26-25 with the serve of Nelson for the Broncos. And the serve sends it over near side to Mock. And that's put over by the Broncos. So that's Hoff with the kill in the match point, or I should say set point. So Hoff with 3 kills, and the Broncos win the first set 27-25. As we will step away, come back for that Olson Accounting set recap. You're watching YourLiveEvent.com.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
Riverside Building Center in Lisbon is the premier building supply headquarters in southeastern North Dakota. They have it from the basic home improvements to complete pre-built homes. Their staff is knowledgeable in every product they sell. With their large inventory and a fleet of 6 delivery vehicles, Riverside Building Center in Lisbon can bring the products to your job site. From a hammer all the way to a home, they have you covered. Visit rbclisbon.com today. That's rbclisbon.com. Riverside Building Center in Lisbon.
Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
All right, welcome back here. This is the Olson Accounting Set Recap. If you need help with your monthly accounting or payroll, let Cindy and her staff give you a hand. Rely on the friendly team of professionals at Olson Accounting for all your tax and accounting needs. Go to colsoncpa.com. And the Broncos win that by a score of 27-25 in the first set. And that Agassiz precision play in that set, I got to give that to Aubrey Opp. Yeah, she had a nice one-handed dig, getting the Broncos the lead there, 26-25. Yeah, and then the Broncos ended up finishing it off by a score of 27-25 in winning that set. Big set, back-and-forth battle. Started out with the number of service errors by each team in those opening points, trading points back and forth. It was neck and neck the whole way. A nice balanced attack by the Wahpeton Huskies as they have Hermosillo with 4 kills and an ace, Little with 3 kills, Mock with 3 kills. Also recording some offensive points is Taylor Mock with a kill and an ace. And then I have James defensively with a block for Wahpeton, along with Little with a block. And then for the Broncos, also, a nice offensive attack as I have Wilsey with 3 kills, Schwab with 2 kills, Hoff with 3 kills, Lind with a kill, and then Differding with an ace for Lisbon. In your Olsen Accounting set recap, the Broncos win this first set by a score of 27-25. So that is your Olsen Accounting set recap. Here for the Lisbon Broncos as Lisbon opened serve in the first set, so Wahpeton opens things up in the second one. Well, Huskies like to serve over here on this left side of the court, on their side of the court, left side, and it's hard to see who is serving, but it looks like Mock out there. So Cambry Mock with the serve to open things up for Wahpeton. As she sends it over to the Broncos, that's dug out. Here it looks like Erdman maybe over there. Oh, and a big kill, or an attack at the net. Had some power on that was Cannon Nelson for the Huskies. Mock has to two-hand dig and sends it over there and pushed over by the Broncos. Back to the front line. Here's Mock and the block up here by Hoff and Nelson for Lisbon. So give Nelson 2 blocks. That's served by the Broncos with the 1-0 lead and pushed over the net by Nelson. And Wilsey goes up with the attack. Scoville with the dig. And Hermosillo came up with the layup, tried to push it over the net with the late touch and just mistimed it. And the point going to the Broncos. Nelson to serve. Nelson with the serve, sends it to Scoville here, middle of the court. Wahpeton Huskies, Hermosillo sends it over. Back over to the far side on the attack. And dug out by Scoville for the Huskies. Back to the near side, front line Wahpeton. And Maya James with the attack. And the block off the attack by Wilsey, but no good. And Wilsey with another kill. So that looked like James and Hermosillo with the block, but not able to get it back across over to the Broncos side. There's Scoville with the dig off the serve by Nelson. And the attack, and Hermosillo goes up. But now a little bit of frustration off of that last point. Scoville back to the front line, put over by James. Hoff with the attack. Ooh, and catches a diving Cambry Malk in Maya James. Splits them in the kill for Hoff. Give Hoff 4 kills in the match. First one of this set to the front line, the attack. Over there by Cannon Nelson, the 5'4" junior. She's got some power when she goes up on that attack. Back to the front line. Hermosillo sends it over, back far side of the Broncos. Here's Differding to Wilsey. So I know that's not Mouse over there for the Broncos wearing the number 5 jersey. But Mouse is out. Oh, and a nice play by Wilsey at the front line, tipped up by the Huskies. Here James on the near side. So a couple good plays back to back by each team in the attack. And off the hand of Scoville. In the kill for the Broncos. The Broncos with the 5-point run, unanswered here by Nelson with the serve. And that's off of James for the ace. For Nelson, give Nelson 2 blocks. 2 blocks and an ace. Back to serve again now. A 6-point run for the Broncos, opening things up. Wahpeton led with the serve. Broncos took it back right away with the point. And 5 in a row off of Nelson's serve for the Broncos. Back to the front line. Nelson's going to sit it for Hoff. Little layup. Fingertip push over the net. In the kill for Hoff. The Broncos now 7-0. As the back and forth battle, the Broncos broke the spirit a little bit of the Huskies for the second set. And that's put up into the net. On the attack. So that was Marley Mumm, the 5'3" junior defensive specialist. And that sent long there after 7-point run off the serve by Nelson. Wahpeton finally breaks Nelson's serve. 8 unanswered, or should say 7 unanswered after that first serve by the Huskies. Now 8-1. Off the serve, Wilsey here to Hoff near side. And Hoff with another kill. Just with the two-handed push over the net. Give her 6 kills and a block in the match this evening. So Opp out. Here's Wertman to serve for Lisbon. Lisbon with the 8-point lead up 9-1. Big jump serve by Wertman. Sends it to Scovolt. Scovolt with a nice dig near side. Little pushes it over. A little bit too much on it. And the point for the Broncos now up 10-1. And a timeout here by the Huskies. Going to talk things over, slow down the tempo just a little bit as they're down by 9 points. 10-1 to the Broncos. And we'll step away for another 30-second timeout.
Stock Growers Bank is proud to celebrate 125 years of service, and they built a legacy of trust and commitment to the local communities. Loan Officer Wyatt Smith can help achieve your goals and grow your business with confidence. Here's Zach Maralt on his experience.
We tried a few different lenders before purchasing our building, and we eventually ended up going to see Wyatt, who I already personally knew anyways. He made the purchasing process easy. We pretty much had an answer that day, pushed all our accounts there, and it's a great experience.
All right, welcome back here at liveevent.com. The Broncos with the 10-1 lead. They had 7 in a row off the serve of Mara Nelson, the freshman setter. So up on your Bank North scoreboard, the Bronco with the 1-0 match lead. They took the first set 27-25 over the Huskies. Now up by 9, 10-1. Wertman to serve for Lisbon. So Wertman, big jump serve, starts back close to the wall, sends that one long. And a good play by the Huskies back line there by Kiana Nelson, letting that one go. Oh, the service error now. Another point on the board for the Huskies. Nelson with the jump serve. Like I said, she's got a little power when she gets into a ball, and that one is an ace for Nelson. Give her 2 aces and a kill for Kiana Nelson, the 5'4" junior middle hitter. Another serve, this one dug out by Differding, front line of the Broncos. And Wilsey with the attack, dug out by Scovolt, nice play. Front line, put over the net. That was Mock, Taylor Mock for the Huskies. Back front line, Hoff gonna send it up over the net. She kind of carries it, and the block by the Huskies, Little. So Michaela Little with the block. She has 3 blocks. 3 kills and 3 blocks for Wahpeton. Differding digs it out. Wilsey sends it over the net, tipped up by Little at the front line for the Huskies. And the attack put over the net by Jolie Lisney, the 5'5" outside hitter, sophomore outside hitter. Lisney with another dig, sends it to the front line, back here to Mock. That's Camry Mock with the attack, sends it to Differding, front line of the Broncos. Wilsey backside, and with the attack and off of Scovolt. Here for Wilsey with the kill. Give Wilsey 5 kills, and the subs going in and out. So Learcamp looks like she's coming back in for the Huskies. And Nelson will sit out. So Kiana Nelson out for the Huskies. Differding serving for the Broncos. Differding, Nelson, and Wertman in the back line. And the ace Differding for the serve. Give her 2 in the match, 1 in each set. And the Broncos now up 12-4. So Differding jump serve, sends it to that's Learcamp, back line of the Huskies. In the attack by Little. So Michaela Little with the kill. Now with 4 kills and 3 blocks. So 4 kills, 3 blocks for Little. Wahpeton to serve. And the big jump serve sends it to Wertman. Differding is going to put it up in the air on the dig. Then Nelson pushes it over for the Broncos. Front line pushed over the net. Looked like Learcamp. Or excuse me, that was Little. Partially blocked at the net. Husky, that was Learcamp with the dig. Sends the ball through the air, pushed over back to the front line of the Broncos. The attack by Lind in the block. Little with the block along with Mock. So Taylor, Mock, and Little teaming up over on the far side. Give Little 4 blocks, 4 kills. And Wilsey with the attack, sends it Learcamp to the Huskies. Cambry Mock with the attack, sends it wide. And the point for the Broncos. Well, the Huskies getting back into this one, down by 7, 13-6. Because they were down 8-1 at one point. Off the serve of Mar Nelson for the Broncos. That's dugout Scoville. Ooh, off the net. Almost a good play here off the net by Cambry Mock in the front line. Scoville kind of hit off of her forearms. Not much control off of that one. 14-6, 8-point lead for Lisbon. Off the serve of Adair. Mock is going to go up in the attack. Blocked and into the net. So just a little low off the attack by Mock. Sends it into the net. Adair to serve. Broncos have the 9-point lead. Here's Adair. Sends it to Scoville. Cambry Mock's going to go up. Pushes it over. Back line to Wertman. Adair hustling. Gets underneath it. Schwab on the attack. Sends it over. Little goes up. Pushed over by the Huskies. Back to the front line of the Broncos. Lind with the attack. Scoville digs it out for Wahpeton. Back to Cambry Mock on the attack and the block and the kill for Mock. So that's Cambry Mock with 4 kills. She had 3 in the first set, been a little bit quiet. In the second set, finding a few errors off her hits. And now off the serve, that's dug out by Differding. Huskies down by 8. Nice little one-handed slap over there by the Huskies, getting it over the net. That was Hermosillo, and off the net. And the partial block by the Huskies. So the kill going over here for Schwab of the Broncos. So Wertman out, along with Lind. Opp is in. And maybe that's Erdman there wearing the 5 jersey for Lisbon. And back to the front line. Cambry Mock's going to have to hit it over. So hits it to Erdman. Here to Differding pushes it over net for Lisbon. Back to the front line and up. That's Hermosillo with the kill. So give her 5 kills and an ace. And looks like Nelson back to serve. Oh, nope, wrong on that one. So that was Mock, the junior, Mock the sophomore, Taylor Mock. And the point going to Taylor Mock with the ace. Give her 3 aces, a kill and a block. Little jump serve, sends it to Differding. So Huskies down by 7 off the Erdman at the kill and the attack on the far side. So give her 2. Here's Schwab to serve for the Broncos. Little serve, sends it center of the court. Dug out. That was by James. Back to the front line of the Broncos. Back to Erdman with the attack. Dug out by the Huskies. And up into the net. And once again, that's Hermosillo with the infraction. The Broncos up by 9 points. So the 9-point lead for Lisbon. Here back to the front line. Hermosillo goes up on the attack. Adair's going to dig it out. And the attack by Erdman, and it's long and out. Brought it over here to the near side. Sends it just a little bit long. So the serve here by Cambry Mock for the Huskies. Sends it over to Differding of the Broncos. Adair front line, near side corner. Nelson slaps it over the net. Cambry Mock's going to try to set it. That was for James. James pushes it over. Now Erdman goes back up again. The attack is out. That's 2 in a row off the hit of Erdman, just missing the inside of the line. So Cambry Mock continues to serve for Wahpeton. Starts at the back line. Big jump serve sends it over the net to Erdman. Two-handed push over the net by Nelson for Lisbon. Back to the front line. Hermosillo goes up in the attack and the kill. For Marina Hermosillo, the 5'9" junior middle hitter. And down by 6. Wahpeton not rolling over in this one. They were down early, 8-1. 8 unanswered, or should say 7 unanswered by the Broncos off the serve and Mara Nelson. Wahpeton opened up with the serve. Broncos built the 8-1 lead. That's blocked, pushed back over by the Huskies. Front of the net, Nelson's go up in the attack, finds a soft spot middle of the defense, and the kill for Nelson. So Mara Nelson, the freshman setter, with the kill. Now she's back to serve. I have her with a kill. 3 blocks and an ace for Lisbon. Back to the front line. James goes up on the attack off of Abriop. Sends it to the close to the net. Erdman's going to hit the attack and catches. Looks like Mock and Scoville a little bit flat-footed in the point. Going to Erdman with the kill. And the Broncos now up by 8 again, 20-12. Nelson with the jump serve, sends it to Cambry Mock, dug out. Hermosillo goes up on the attack to Opp of the Broncos. Back to the front line. Erdman goes up again, pushes it over. Dug out by the Huskies, put over by James. Back over here to Nelson. And Wilsey goes up on the attack off of Scoville. And we got a good play by Scoville. Digging that one out, getting it up in the air, sent over by the Huskies. And Wilsey goes up at the attack. Scoville with another nice dig. Back to Nelson, blocked, put up by Nelson again to the Huskies. That's Erdman far side, and the attack for the Broncos blocked by the Huskies. Ball still in play as Huskies wanted to celebrate. Cambry Mock with the dig, sends it over, and just missed time, and that was Nelson. So that was Kiana Nelson. And man, the Huskies looking off that block wanted to celebrate. And a little bit too early as the Broncos are able to get that ball back up the air, kept it in play. Now with the 21-12 lead, we'll step away for another 30-second timeout.
Wallach Johnson Insurance is your friendly neighborhood team of qualified insurance professionals celebrating over 40 years of service. As an experienced independent insurance agency, they have access to highly rated insurance companies and can shop around to find you an affordable solution for farm, crop, business, home, and auto insurance. Visit them at one of their locations in Lisbon, Winter, or Rutland and get a free quote started today. For more information, go to nd-insure.com.
All right, welcome back. Your 11event.com. Up on that Bank North scoreboard, the Broncos with the 1-0 lead. We are in the second set. Broncos up by a score of 21-12. Lisbon with Hoff in this set with 3 kills and a block unofficially. Wilsey in this set with 2 kills. She has 5 kills in the match. Schwab with the kill for Lisbon. Going back to Hoff. Hoff have her for 6 kills and a block. Nelson coming alive in this one for Lisbon with an ace, a kill, and 2 blocks in this set. She had 1 block in the first set for her 3 of the match. And that's into the net. There by Hermosillo off the hit. And the Broncos now up 22-12. Nelson with another string of serves, scoring points for the Broncos. She sends another one over the net. This was the Scoville. Scoville's had some nice play for the Huskies. She sends that off the attack, and the point, Differding not able to handle it, goes off for Knuckles and into the bleacher section. So Scoville with the kill. And 22-13. Off the serve, that looks like James with the serve, or excuse me, that's Hermosillo with the serve, and Wilsey went up on the attack, and that's blocked by Little. Give Little another block. She has 4 blocks in this set and a kill. She has 5 blocks for the match. Hermosillo with another serve sends it to Differding. Front line of the Broncos. Hoff goes up. Nice little layup Off the fingertip, sends it over the net for the kill for Hoff. 23-14 in favor of the Broncos. 9-point lead. Wortman in to serve. So Wortman serves it up. Goes to Scobolt of the Huskies. Back to the front line. Little goes up on the attack and sends that one long. She had a lot on it, but sends it long. So misfires on the attack. Broncos with the 10-point lead, looking to take this set 1 point away. Wortman with the big serve. Scobolt digs it out. Front line. Little goes up on the attack. Dug out by Nelson. Differting front line. Wilsey on the attack. Sends it over and partial block and the point and the kill for Wilsey. In the second set victory, the Broncos now up 2-0 off the 25-14 second set win. As they're now in control of this match, and we will step away for another 30-second timeout.
From on-site farm repairs to maintaining the condition of your vehicle, trust the staff at Welton's Tire Service. They've served the Lisbon area since 1972, guaranteeing customer satisfaction and workmanship from farm equipment, tire services, and preventative vehicle maintenance. You'll find it all from affordable prices, free estimates, to their knowledgeable technicians answering any question. Welton's Tire Service is locally owned and located on Main Street in Lisbon. For information, go online to weltonstire.net or call 701-683-5136.
Stay up to date all year long with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search your live event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the three-point arc. Pick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner. Three, good.
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at yourliveevent.com.
While medicine's greatest advancements look like the latest sci-fi, one of our most powerful tools is far more simple, more human. It's a calling to connect with purpose. That's how we're evolving healthcare, by treating people, not just patients, with innovations that amplify healing and lead to more personalized care, guided by the belief we all hold the power to heal.
All right, welcome back here. Back for Olson Accounting set recap. As the Broncos now with the 2-set lead, they won the first set 27-25. They're up now 25-14 over the Wahpeton Huskies. The Broncos built an 8-1 lead, and that came off a 7 unanswered off the serve of Mara Nelson. Nelson for the Broncos, the freshman setter, as the Broncos opened up the 8-1 lead and really never looked back after that, as they ended up winning this 25-14 for the Broncos in that set. Mara Nelson had her for 2 blocks, an ace, and a kill in that set. Wilsey with 3 kills of her own. Schwab with a kill in the second set. Hoff coming alive for the Broncos. Yeah, she recorded 4 kills in a block. Now has 7 kills in the match in a block. Differting with 2 aces in the match. She had an ace in the first and the second set. And then Erdman coming in off the bench with 3 kills in the set, helping lead the Broncos to the second set victory. For Wahpeton in our second set, I had Hermosillo with 2 kills. Little at the net, putting in some defensive work with 4 blocks, also offensively with a kill. And Cambry Mock with a kill, just a little off her game with a couple opportunities for some attacks at the net, but just a little bit off in those attacks and making a few hitting errors in that set. So now the Broncos in control of this one, up 2-0. And we're back at it. Broncos with the serve, back to the front line. Erdman goes up, sends the attack long. And the point now, Scovolt tried to hit the one-handed dig. Luckily it missed her hand. And the point going over to the Huskies. And the big jump serve by Cambry Mock to op of the Broncos. Back to the front line. Lisbon. Erdman sends it over to Scovolt. Scovolt had some nice defensive plays in that second set. Broncos were up by, or at least in that 21st point of the Broncos. A couple nice one-handed digs there defensively for Scovolt. She hits another nice dig to save it. Puts it back in play. Sends it to Hermosillo. Back to the front net of the Broncos. Skolvolt to Cambry Mock. Oh, and just coming up a little bit short. And now we're tied up at 1 apiece. So Cambry Mock talking to the top net judge over there. Something about pushing the ball over, I think, on the Broncos, just trying to figure out what was going on. And we're tied up at 1 apiece. Nelson to serve for Lisbon. Dug out by Skolvolt and put over by Hoff. And nobody home over on that far side. Front line, nobody home. And the kill for Hoff. And the easy point. So good heads-up play by Hoff in the front line. And jump serve by Nelson for the Broncos. Then over here near side, Nelson of the Huskies with the kill as I think it hits, or excuse me, nope, just sent it long. So just missed that back line. Inside of the back line near corner. And Nelson with another serve puts the Broncos up here 3-1. Hermosillo, oh, and the hits inside the corner. Hermosillo finding the mark for the point right next to the line judge. Over there, Ben Zarbach. So give her the kill for Hermosillo. And Wilsey goes up on the attack. Dug out there. Nice save by Mock. Front line of the net, partially blocked. And the kill over there for James. James been a little bit quiet. She had a block in the first set. Now with a kill in the third set. We're tied up at 3. Huskies with the serve. Hermosillo to serves it to Wilsey of the Broncos. Dug out by Nelson. Wilsey with the attack from the mid-court far side. Back to the front line. Nelson of the Huskies goes up. And that's in for Nelson. And that is Kiana Nelson, the 5'4" middle hitter junior from Wahpeton. She has another kill. She had 1 kill in the second set, now another one here in this third. Oh, I guess not. I got to take that one back as looked like it was in, but the point went to the Huskies. So just disregard everything I just said. Here, Differding. And the dig and the pushback and the kill for James. Yeah, she gets that one back. Now we're tied up at 4. Huskies with the serve, the jump serve by Nelson. And finds the, actually it's long. So over here in the near corner, and that's long by the Broncos. Kiana Nelson continued to serve, the 5'4" junior middle hitter for the Husky goes up, big jump serve, sends it to Differding of the Broncos. Huskies with the 1-point lead in the third set. And that's Lind with the attack off the block. And the point for Lind off the end will score a kill. So give Lind 2 kills. She had 1 in the first set. Here's Hoff to serve for the Broncos. So we're tied up at 5. And sends that one into the net. Service there by Hoff. And the point for Wahpeton now 6-5. Hoff goes to the bench. Differding in along with Wertman and Lind in the back line. That served by James of Wahpeton. Back to Wilsey with the attack. Off the hands and the fingertips and out on Skolvolt of Wahpeton. So give Wilsey the kill. Number of subs in and out for Lisbon. Fast and furious. Give Wilsey 7 kills for Lisbon in the match. First kill of this set. Service error by Adair. Sends it into the net. We're tied up at 6 once again. Or I should say tied up once again, this time at 6. So points going back and forth. The Broncos with the 2-0 lead. Nelson's going to send the dig over the net. Front line, Hermosillo goes up, layup, pushes it over the net. And once again, too far into the net. She's done that a couple times. That foot sliding underneath. So a point over to the Broncos, and Abriapin to serve. Linden, Wertman take a seat. Front line looks like Erdman, Nelson, and Schwab. Dug out by James. James going to put it back over, finding the point over there with the nice dig, and then come right back to her, putting it over the net with the kill. is Maya James. Gets the serve back. And the 1-point lead for Wahpeton. Now Differding digs it out, sends it to Dare. Front line, sets it over to Erdman. Wearing the glasses this time. And Erdman with the big kill. She has 4 kills. Ties it up at 8. 4 kills in the match. Here's Differding to serve. And that's pushed over the net by Hermosillo of the Huskies. Back to the front line of the Broncos. And Hoff goes up. Block put over the net. Broncos keep it in play, not giving up on a good play by Nelson. Here's Mock. Pushes it over the net. Front line, Hoff to Adair. Sets it back over. Nelson sends it long. Far corner on the attack. The point for the Huskies, 9-8. And Cambry Mock with the jump serve, sends it to Abriapa of the Broncos. Front line here, Adair to Nelson. Off the attack, give Nelson the kill. So the kill for Nelson gives her 3 kills in the match now. Nelson's going to set it front line for Erdman. Erdman on the attack, sends it mid-court, back line. Cambry Mock not able to get to it. And give her another kill. Coming off the bench now with 5 kills. 3 in the second set, 2 in the third. Here's Skolbolt with the nice dig. Sends it back over to... didn't send it back over the net. Broncos push it to the front line. Wilsey goes up, blocked partially. Ooh, and double hit, triple hit by Hermosillo. She hit the block, then hit it again. It went into the net, hit it again. And the Broncos now with a 2-point lead. Front line, tip back. And dug out by James, sends it over the net. Here's Wilsey with the attack. Skolbolt not able to save it this time. And the point for Wilsey with the kill. Give her 8. And a timeout here with this back and forth battle called by the Wahpeton Huskies. The Broncos with the 3-point lead as we'll step away for another 30-second timeout of our own.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
All right, welcome back here at YourLiveEvent.com. The Broncos with the 3-point lead. Been back and forth battle between the Huskies and the Broncos. The Broncos finally opening up, getting a little bit of breathing room, up 12-9. Broncos won the first set 27-25. Won the second set 25-14. It took the wind out of the Husky sails after that, a close first set. They're back in this one, battling the Broncos back and forth. There's Wilsey here to front line. Erdman going up. Skolbolt digs it out. Looks like it's going to get pushed over the net. Back by Skolbolt. Nice save over there by Taylor Mock, sending it back in. Ooh, and that was sent right back to Mock by Nelson and Wilsey. So Wilsey with another kill. Gavin all for 9 kills, 3 in each set so far. Nelson to serve. Broncos up, build the 4-point lead, 13-9. Skolbolt digs it out. Pushed over by Nelson. That's Kiana Nelson of the Huskies. Front line, Broncos. Hoff goes up with the kill. Right by Mock. Blows it by a Cambry Mock. So the kill for Hoff. Broncos build some confidence. Up with a 2-set lead, 14-9. Playing pretty loose for the Broncos. Up by 5 points. Jump serve by Nelson. Goes to the Husky side. Hermosillo goes up, sends that one wide. Once again into the student bleacher section on the north side of the gym. And a point for the Broncos. Now up by 6, 15-9. Nelson to serve again. They've scored a number of points off of Nelson's serve. Good rotation set up for the Broncos. And up to Nelson. Nelson pushes it over the net. Broncos reset front line here for the Huskies. Mock goes up on the attack. Pushes it over the net. Differding digs it out to Wilsey on the attack. Sends it long. And the point for the Huskies. Now the 5-point lead for Lisbon. 15-10. Hermosillo. So Marina Hermosillo back to serve. The 5'9" junior middle hitter. See if she can help the Huskies close the gap and the lead on the Broncos. Wilsey's going to go up with the attack. Hermosillo with the nice dig, helping her team out. James sends it over the net for Wahpeton. Dug out by Differding. Front line Erdman on the attack. Sends it right to Cambry Mock, who is waiting. And Nelson goes up, blocked, and pushed back by Erdman and Hoff on the far side. So Hoff in this third set has 2 kills and a block. Erdman with a block and 2 kills. So 2 kills and a block for Erdman, 2 kills and a block for Hoff in this third set. Pushed over by the Huskies front line. Lynn's going to go up on the attack, sends it over. A diving Skolvolt not able to get the hand underneath it, and the point in the kill for the Broncos for Lind. Give Lind a kill in each set. This is their third one of the match coming off the bench. Front line pushed over by Little. Broncos front line. Lind's going to go up. Little skyhook to Skolvolt. Skolvolt gets it to the front line. Oh, nice one-hander off the block. Put over by James, and Hoff goes up. Another some nice play at the net by Little and Keanu Nelson of the Huskies. Wilsey goes up on the attack, sends it long. So the good hustle, frontline play by Nelson and James helped the Huskies score that point. So good defensive play there at the front line with the point, and another one sent long by Wilsey. So Wilsey has had the hot hand. She has 9 kills, but just finding herself off the mark, sending it long a little bit. Now the 5-point lead for the Broncos, 17-12. Keanu Nelson with the serve. Wilsey's going to go up this time and takes a lot off of it. Finds the layup in the point with the kill for Wilsey. Give her 10 kills. And she's looking for the Enbridge Energy Player of the match with those 10 kills. And the serve by Hoff is an ace. Mishandled by Learkamp. So Hoff with the serve and off of Skolvolt. Hoff sets it to the front line over to Lynn, opposite side, and blocked. And the point off the big block. That was by Little and Mock. So Taylor, Mock, and Little teaming up for a block. And the point pulls the Huskies back within 6, 19-13. Broncos looking to race to 25 and try to close this one out. They won back on the 11th of September, 3-0 over the Huskies, and that's blocked and put down, and a point for the Huskies. Coming up again is Little and Cambry Mock. So Little, 2 back-to-back blocks, scoring some points. And nice jump serve by James. Front line, Wilsey goes up. James puts it over the net for the Huskies. Back to the front line of the Broncos. Lynn's going to go up on the attack. In off the hand of Skolvolt, and the kill for Lind. And the Broncos give Lind 4 kills off the bench. Broncos 5 points away from taking the match now, 20-14 in the third set. Up on the Bakenor scoreboard. And that's put over by Mock. And Skolvolt with the nice dig. Lind and Schwab get tangled up, send the ball out of play. 20-15, 5-point lead for Lisbon. So Skolvolt back to serve. Scobolt serves it over to Differding. Front line, Adair is going to push it back to Differding. That's Learcamp pushes it in the air. Hermosillo hits it over. Front line back to the Broncos. Lynn's going to go up on the attack. Dug out and sent out of bounds. Was by James. So James had the nice one-handed dig. Just sent it a little bit wide on the Broncos side of the net for the point for the Broncos. Now 4 points away from taking this match victory. They won the first set 27-25 and the second set 25-14. And Opp with the serve. Dug out by Learcamp near side. Front line, Hermosillo goes up, throws it over, and she's once again too far into the net. Well, another infraction by Hermosillo on the front line as she's having some troubles. Gets a little bit too deep, puts that front foot over the line. And now 22-15 in favor of the Broncos, have the 7-point lead. 3 points away from taking this third set and the match here. We'll take another 30-second timeout.
Farmers Union Insurance, you're backed by an insurance policy provider that meets your specific requirements. At Farmers Union Insurance Gullison Olson Agency, they offer reliable insurance policies from homeowners, farm and ranch, contractors, small businesses, and more. Let Lance, Shelby, and the staff at Gullison Olson Agency take care of you today. For more information, stop into their office on Main Street in Lisbon for Farmers Union Insurance Gullison Olson Agency.
All right, welcome back here. Once again, I'd like to remind you of broadcasting to you from our Stockgrowers Bank broadcast booth. We're high above the bleachers on the south side of the gymnasium, the Crow's Nest. So Stockgrowers Bank, our sponsor, the fall sports broadcast booth for Lisbon High School Athletics. So just like to thank our feature sponsor there, Stockgrowers Bank, for sponsoring this broadcast booth here for your live event. And the serve by the Broncos, and that goes out. So I think the serve was long, or still looking. And a little confusion inside the gym. Try to see where the point goes. So it looks like 22-16 point for the Huskies. And that serve goes into the net. Huskies had the opportunity. Mock sends it into the net. So serve back over to the Broncos. They're 2 points away now from this third set victory. And that serve by Differding goes wide. 23-17, 6-point lead for Wahpeton. Cambry Mock with the serve. She's going to start back line with the jump serve. Sends it over, middle of the court, back to the front line of the Broncos. Hoff sends it over. Scobolt digs it out. Back over here to Cambry Mock, near side. Partially blocked by the Broncos. Adair sets it to Erdman with the attack and finds the inside of the line, back line for the kill. Coming off the bench. And Nelson to serve. It's the jump serve, dug out by James. Oh, and Hermosillo goes up with the big attack this time. Finds the right footing. And the kill. So she has 2 kills in this set. She has 8 in the match. And she gets the serve. She'll send this one to Wilsey, back line of the Broncos, far side. Wilsey's going to go up on the attack, pushes it over. Oh, nice play. That looked like Mock here of the Huskies, and the point. So Taylor Mock with the diving dig there for Wahpeton. 24-19. Broncos 1 point away. Servisair would win it for him. Here's Hermosillo. No pressure on her right now. She sends this one over the net. Just barely clears the net. Wilsey goes up on the attack, and that's long. And the Broncos up. They scored inside the line. The Broncos with the third set victory, 25-19. And they'll take this match up on the Bank North scoreboard. 3-0 over the Wahpeton Huskies. They now go 2-0 in the series this season with Wahpeton. They won that first one back on the 11th September, 3-0 in Wahpeton. They take this second one 3-0. And we'll come back for this Olson Accounting match recap. That's just ahead on yourliveevent.com.
It's time to rally behind our favorite team. The Lisbon Bronco Athletic Boosters are sending all our best wishes to the Broncos as they hit the court and field this season. The Lisbon Bronco Athletic Boosters are proud to support our teams and community. Let's show our Broncos that we're with them every step of the way. Go Broncos! Your dedication and spirit makes us all proud. From all of us at the Lisbon Bronco Athletic Boosters, we're cheering for you.
The Lisbon Public School District ensures that all students will learn, experience success, and be good students from elementary through high school. The school staff and community takes great pride in providing meaningful, innovative opportunities for students who continue to maintain ACT scores above state and national averages. Watch your kids continue to grow within the Lisbon Public School District, from the playing surface to the classroom. For more information, go online to lisbon.k12.nd.us.
While medicine's greatest advancements look like the latest sci-fi, one of our most powerful tools is far more simple, more human. It's a calling to connect with purpose. That's how we're evolving healthcare, by treating people, not just patients, with innovations that amplify healing and lead to more personalized care, guided by the belief we all hold the power to heal.
At Bank North, we strive to enrich the lives of everyone we serve. One transaction, one relationship, and one community at a time. We do it by supporting kids and schools, pitching in to help neighbors in need, partnering with rural businesses, and providing all the traditional and modern banking products and personalized lending services you expect from a reliable financial partner. Bank North, always true.
Catch all the action of the fall postseason for Minnesota and North Dakota high school football and volleyball on yourliveevent.com.
Going down the field, it's picked off here from Kindred. Tanning Johnson to the 30, to the 25. Johnson, could he go? Yes, sir! A 45-yard pick six for
Takes it up, played high in the air by Horkin. Here's risky left side off of a touch. Kept alive Thornton. Now played high. Angle, Severson, smash! Count, good!
Check out the postseason schedule on yourliveevent.com.
Running a business.
All right, welcome back to yourliveevent.com as we're here for Olson Accounting's match recap as the Broncos win this one by a score 3-0. They won the first set 27-25, second set 25-14, and the third set 25-19 for this three-set victory over the Wahpeton Huskies. As we're still tabulating up some of our stats for this evening, so we're going to step away for another 30-second timeout, come back for this Olson Accounting match recap.
Accounting doesn't have to be. Let Olson Accounting check all the boxes, from taxes, payroll, business services, and professionalized financial guidance, all tailored to fit your requests. Whether you're a small business owner or just need help at tax time, trust Olson Accounting for professional, reliable service every time. Visit colsoncpa.com or call 701-683-2700. Olson Accounting of Lisbon.
Buying and selling heavy equipment at purplewave.com saves time and money. We handle all of the details, including pictures, videos, marketing, titles, and payments.
It was almost immediately over the top with the customer service. I've just never ever experienced that before with any other auction service. They're constantly working for me as the seller, and I really like that.
Purple Wave Auction is straight, simple, sold.
All right, welcome back to yourliveevent.com as we're here for this Olson Accounting match recap. The Broncos win this by a score of 3-0 over the Wahpeton Huskies as they improve their record now to 2-5 in region play. They're 4-14 overall. The Huskies fall to 0-6 in region play and 0-9 overall. The Broncos defeated the Huskies in their first meeting by back on the 11th of September by a score of 3-0. They take the regular season series with the Huskies now with another victory this evening as the Broncos win that first set 27-25, 25-14, and 25-19. Looking at the stats for the Lisbon Broncos, the home team on the Bank North scoreboard, and the Broncos were led at the net offensively with 10 kills, 2 blocks, and an ace by Hoff. So Cameron Hoff with the 10 kills, 2 blocks, and an ace for the Broncos. And then Bryn Wilsey also with 10 kills for Lisbon. Erdman off the bench with 6 kills. Lind with 4 kills. Differding with 2 aces serving And Mara Nelson with 3 blocks, an ace, and 2 kills. And she also had some key serves there for Lisbon in that second set, building that 8-1 lead for Lisbon early on in the second set for that big second set 25-14 victory. And then we have Schwab with 3 kills. And that looks like that's everybody there for the Broncos. Looking at the Wahpeton Huskies in the stat column, we have Hermosillo with 7 kills and an ace. Little defensively with 7 blocks. She had 4 kills. Mock with 4 kills. That's Camry Mock with 4 kills and a block. James with 2 kills and a block. Scobolt with a kill. Nelson with 2 kills for Wahpeton. And then to round out the stats, offensively and defensively, we have Taylor Mock of Wahpeton with 3 aces, a kill, and 2 blocks. So that rounds out our stats here with our Olsen County match recap as the Broncos win this one by a score of 3-0. Opened up with a 2-point victory in the first set, 27-25. Second set victory, 25-14, and then 25-19 to seal the win for Lisbon. As we will step away for another timeout, come back with our Agassiz Egg Precision Play of the Game and our Enbridge Energy Players of the Game. That's just ahead on yourliveevent.com.
Weather and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated. KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio and rjbroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
Riverside Building Center in Lisbon is the...
All right, welcome back here for our Agassiz Egg Precision Play of the Game. Your local precision planning dealer, Agassiz Precision Egg in Hillsboro. Call 701-436-2119 or visit plannerdoc.com. So your Agassiz Egg Precision Play of the Game, that's going to go out for the Lisbon Broncos. We're looking at Riley Erdman and Poppy Lynn for Lisbon coming off the bench. That really the bench play of Lisbon offensively helped the Broncos pull away in that second set as Erdman off the bench with 3 kills in that set. She finished with 6 kills and a block, and then Lind picking up a kill in the in the first and second set, and then 2 more kills in the third set for 10 kills between the two of them in a block. So that is your Agassiz Egg Precision Play of the Game going out to the Lisbon bench players coming in. Good rotation by the Broncos. And then also for Wahpeton, Agassiz Egg Precision Play, and that's going to go out to Elise Scovolt. Scovolt with a number of great defensive plays, saving a lot of mishit balls and a lot of serves by the Broncos that were put back in play by Scovolt. Just looking back here, back in that second set, we were right around the 20 or 21 for the Broncos, and Scovolt with 2 nice back-to-back one-handed digs, putting the ball back in play and keeping the Huskies in that game. The Broncos eventually winning that second set 25-14, but I'd just like to get a big shout out there. Agassiz Egg Precision Play to Elise Scovolt also of the Wahpeton Huskies with some nice defensive play throughout the game, especially in that second set. And then our getting into our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game. So just get that up there on our screen. So Enbridge Energy Player of the Game for Enbridge Energy. Life takes energy from Enbridge Energy for Life, Enbridge.com for career opportunities. So your Enbridge Energy Player of the Game. That is going out to Cameron Hoff for the Broncos. Hoff with 10 kills, 2 blocks, and an ace off of that front line. So she not only did it at the net, but also with her serve. She is your Enbridge Energy Player of the Game. Close second there is Bryn Wilsey. Wilsey with 10 kills as she came up big. And just consistent play there for Wilsey with those 10 kills. She had 3 kills in the first set, 3 kills in the second set, and then 4 kills in the third set. So just like to give Cameron Hoff, Enbridge Energy Player of the Game, followed by Bryn Wilsey as the Broncos win this one by a score of 3-0. We'll go ahead and we're going to step away, come back and wrap this one up from Lisbon High School Gymnasium of the Broncos with the 3-0 victory over the Wahpeton Huskies. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
headquarters in southeastern North Dakota. They have it from the basic home improvements to complete pre-built homes. Their staff is knowledgeable in every product they sell. With their large inventory and a fleet of 6 delivery vehicles, Riverside Building Center in Lisbon can bring the products to your job site. From a hammer all the way to a home, they have you covered. Visit rbclisbon.com today. That's rbclisbon.com. Riverside Building Center in Lisbon.
Homegrown Local Radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
Stock Growers Bank is proud to celebrate.
All right, welcome back here to YourLiveEvent.com as we'll close things out here from Lisbon High School Gymnasium. The Broncos improving their season overall record to 4-14. They're now 2-5 in Region 1 Division A. The Wahpeton Huskies now fall to 0-9 overall. They're 0-6 in Region 1 play. The Broncos are next active along with the Wahpeton Huskies the 11th of October at the Carrington Tournament. The Broncos back when regular season play in Division 1A on the 21st as they travel to Kindred to take on the Vikings. And then the Wahpeton Huskies, after this weekend, they faced the Valley City Highlanders at home on the 14th of October. And just looking ahead for tomorrow night for the Broncos, as more activities planned here for Lisbon, as they will host the Hillsborough Central Valley football team. That's a game scheduled for a kickoff at 7 p.m. That's up there at Broncos Stadium. That should be a big Division I A matchup there, the Region 1 matchup in Division A football between Hillsborough and the Broncos, as a number of teams stacked up there in that number 1 position, as the Broncos are one of those teams along with Hillsborough Central Valley. So a big Division 1A football game coming up on Friday with that 7 p.m. kickoff here at Broncos Stadium. And then, as I said before, the girls back in action on the volleyball side with the Carrington Tournament. That starts at 8 a.m. They have the cross-country team active in the East Region cross-country meet. That's in Cooperstown. And then that rolls us back into the following week with junior high and JV football taking on Sargent County at home. Junior high kicks off at 4:30 and JV at 5:45. I believe those will be the final games of the season for both the junior high and JV squad. And then volleyball once again back in action. Or I should say football back in action next week. So this is a Thursday game as the Broncos varsity team will face Sargent County in Gwinner at 6 p.m. So it's not only a Thursday game, but also played at 6 p.m. So get to mark that on your calendar if you don't already have it on there for next Thursday. Boys football, varsity football in Gwinner on Thursday at 6 p.m. So that'll do it here from Lisbon High School Gymnasium. Just like to thank you for tuning in and watching this broadcast. This is sports announcer guy Brent Dick along with my camera guy tonight and all season long here for girls volleyball, Julio Vasquez. So we're signing off. Everybody have safe travels and see you tomorrow night.
Years of service, and they built a legacy of trust and commitment to the local communities. Loan Officer Wyatt Smith can help achieve your goals and grow your business with confidence. Here's Zach Maralt on his experience.
We tried a few different lenders before purchasing our building, and we eventually ended up going to see Wyatt, who I already personally knew anyways. He made the purchasing process easy. We pretty much had an answer that day, pushed all our accounts there, and it's a great experience.
Wahpeton Johnson Insurance.